God damn.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Seeing it on the leaderboard really puts things in perspective.
As you can see from the title of this video, you can probably tell what I'm gonna rant about. Stop defending Saints Row. Please. If you're wondering what I'm on about, I'm talking about the God Defenders who would witness the creators of Saints Row come down to their house and assassinate their whole family in front of them, and still say that the developers deserve a second chance. But luckily, I'm here to tell you something that you have never heard of before. Something so original and mind-blowing that it will just send you into the cosmos with deep inner thought. Saints Row 2022 is bad. I know. Now if you don't know, the new Saints Row installment for 2022 came out about 4 weeks ago on the Epic Games Store, which is already a bad sign, but you didn't hear that from me. And basically the reviews for this game was pretty mixed. Some people thought it was shit, and the other people thought it was the new installment of the Bible. Now the people in between these groups, sort of like the people standing on the fence, just like watching this go down, decided to actually like play the game, and then realized, well, you know. Now you're probably wondering how the game plays, since I've talked so positively about it. Now, the main thing you will notice when starting up the game is the graphics look like they came from a PlayStation 3. And I'm not even joking either. I compared them and there was little to no difference except for the fact they slammed the saturation up and somehow made the mechanics and physics worse. The driving is floaty, and for some reason none of the vehicles in the game have any weight. So you could drive a bicycle into a truck and the truck would fly across the road without your bicycle sustaining any damage. And that would be like fine, you know, like who really cares, to be honest, like it's a game, who cares. If it wasn't for the fact that 99% of the time you're driving a car, so have fun driving around for 40 hours in this car without any consequences or worry, because if you crash into a four-wheeler, you'll be okay, but the truck on the other hand will be sent into hyperspace and never seen again. And it doesn't really end there either with the bugs. Things like characters not loading properly, the horrible aim sensitivity, and the sitcom dialogue that'll make you wonder how much time and effort they actually put into making this game.
No! She never let anyone else drive that car.
Now the biggest problem with the gameplay at the minute are the... So if you didn't know, in GTA 5 they had this physics engine called Euphoria, not the TV show, and basically it emulated realistic physics and ragdoll animations when falling or running into civilians, and it was so realistic that you wouldn't get the same animation because it was completely depends on what you did. Like if you jumped into them, they would fall backwards like you jumped into them. But in Saints Row 2022, they had the genius idea of using the exact same falling animation every single time, no matter what you do. If you shoot them in the head, they fall over the same way, like they just got hit by like Now I know this isn't a glitch and it just sounds like me crying about how I can't see their 50 million different neurons moving on the character model every time they're on my screen, but it sort of runs back to the driving issue from before. It's shit, and you're going to be seeing it all the time. Like you're going to be killing a lot of people, and to see the same animation, it kind of like kills it for me. Now the other thing I didn't mention about the driving is that it's incredibly, as you can guess, buggy. Who would have thought? The driving only beats Cyberpunk 2077 by a quarter of an inch, but instead of me talking about the driving mechanics for another 10 minutes, I'll just show you it. Do you get the game is bad yet? If not, I have a list of more reasons here. But don't worry, I won't bore you with it. Soft locking yourself is incredibly easy in almost every mission and can be done completely by accident. The storyline is so dreadfully boring and dry. It tries to come off as a quirky comedy and ends up being cringe. It makes Saints Row 2 look bad. The death animations are laughably bad. It costs $60, the guns suck, and the worst thing of all, the biggest sin this game has made, is that it's set in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and there's no Breaking Bad reference. I will be going to the authorities. Now to get to the main part of this video I wanted to talk about, please. Now you may have noticed I've said that statement a lot in this video. Let's get this out of here. And it's for a good reason. If you have noticed, some people are excusing the developer's shitty game by saying, "Oh, don't worry, they'll update it," or "Oh, it's meant to be that way for aesthetic purposes." Shut up, please. All you are doing is giving them reasons to make shitty games and allowing them to use your own excuse against you. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be playing a game that has horrible PS2 graphics, a shitty storyline, bad voice acting, incredibly buggy mechanics, and costs $180 for the PlayStation 6. And they will keep making games like this if you allow them to. So don't. I mean, we've already given them so much shit. It's kind of ruined their game franchise's reputation at this point. And it's for a good reason, but like they can definitely redeem themselves. Saints Row 2 is amazing and is what should represent their series, not alleyway tier garbage. Like I showed you that so-called dramatic scene from Saints Row 2022, and that was horrendous, but if you look at their previous work, you have to wonder, what went wrong? Anyways guys, that's the end of my video. Thanks for sticking for my little rant. I know the video's a couple weeks late, but we don't speak about it.
I'll die before I tell you.
Is you home?
Johnny, it's a
Yeah, get out of the way.
No!
Ten out of 10.
And then another thing before I end the video, my dad is doing a fundraiser for suicide awareness, and I'll be linking it in the description below, but there's a little place where you can donate, and you can leave a little message, and yeah, the goal is $700, and it'll be all put towards the suicide prevention, because it is September, this is Suicide Awareness Month.